Hello friends, welcome back to my channel Biology Reader. Today in this session, we will be discussing one of the most incredible experiments in the history of DNA being a genetic material. That is Hershey and Chase experiment. So friends, let's get started. Let us start the video with a general introduction of DNA and discoveries that led to the conclusion of DNA being a genetic material. So, starting with the definition, DNA is a type of nucleic acid which carries genes of specific sequences that is passed on to the next generation to build new organisms. And this property of passing genetic information from one to next generation proved it to be a genetic material. But to make this conclusion right, there were several assessments being carried out by different researchers. Let us discuss some of the major contributions. In the year 1928, Griffith introduced a transformation principle, and later on in the year 1944, Avery, MacLeod and McCarthy conducted several experiments by further studying the Griffith theory. Friends, we will briefly study the Griffith transformation theory and Avery, MacLeod and McCarthy experiment in our upcoming videos. Finally, in the year 1952, Hershey and Chase gave an experimental evidence of DNA being a genetic material. Now we will discuss some of the characteristics of the T2 bacteriophage that has been used in the Hershey and Chase experiment. T2 phage infects E. coli bacteria, due to which they are also called Enterobacteriophage T2, as the E. coli is a member of Enterobacteria. T2 bacteriophage belongs to the group 1 Myoviridae family, as they are non-enveloped and having a contractile tail. Its genome comprises a linear and double-stranded DNA. As we could see in this picture that the body of T2 bacteriophage comprises a head portion, what we call as capsid. Capsid holds the genetic material or viral genome. In the middle there is a collar, what we call as neck. It connects the head portion with the tail. T2 bacteriophages have a flexible tail due to contractile sheath, and towards the base of the tail there is a base plate and some tail fibers that facilitate attachment with the host cell. Hershey and Chase used T2 bacteriophage and they radioactively labeled the phage DNA and phage protein by using radioactive phosphorus and sulfur to explain whether DNA is a genetic material or protein. Now let us discuss the first step of Hershey and Chase experiment. Radioactive labeling of the T2 bacteriophage is the primary stage in which the T2 bacteriophages were grown in the two different batches. In batch 1, T2 phages were grown in the medium containing radioactive isotope of sulfur or S35. In batch 2, T2 bacteriophages were grown in the medium containing radioactive isotope of phosphorus or P32. In these two figures, we could see that after the incubation, S35 tagged the protein component of the T2 bacteriophage and P32 labeled the DNA portion of the T2 bacteriophage. Now you may wonder, why did Hershey and Chase specifically used S35 to tag the phage protein and P32 to tag the phage DNA? So friends, the reason doing this is that sulfur is a part of protein, not DNA. So it will confine with the protein component of the T2 phage, whereas phosphorus is a part of DNA, not protein. Therefore, it will confine with the viral genome or viral DNA. Friends, now we will discuss the further steps of the Hershey and Chase experiment. After radioactive labeling of the T2 bacteriophage, Hershey and Chase allowed the radioactively labeled phage protein and radioactively labeled phage DNA to infect the E. coli cells. Then they agitated the mixture in a blender to form a suspension of viral and bacterial components. After that, Hershey and Chase centrifuged the mixture and obtained two fractions in a solution. The heavy bacterial cells were deposited as the pellets and the viral coat proteins were found in the supernatant. After doing this, Hershey and Chase concluded that the virus proteins remain outside the host cell as the phage protein tagged with S35 were found in the supernatant, which means that the phage DNA is the one which enters the host cell and imparts radioactivity to the E. coli cells. Friends, now it's time to summarize all the points of the Hershey and Chase experiment. Step 1 is infection, where the E. coli host cells were infected with S35 labeled T2 phage protein and P32 labeled T2 phage DNA. Then they blended the above mixture to obtain a bacterial and viral cell suspension. Then to separate the viral and bacterial components, they had centrifuged the above mixture, after which the bacterial cells were deposited as pellets and viral coat proteins were appeared in the supernatant. At last, Hershey and Chase concluded that only the phage DNA tagged with phosphorus 32 entered the host cell and transferred the radioactivity to the E. coli cells. So friends, this is all for today, and to study this topic in detail, you may visit our official website, that is biologyreader.com. Link is provided in the description box. So friends, if you find this lesson helpful, do like, comment, share, subscribe my channel, and don't forget to hit the bell icon and stay tuned for more videos.